Alright, what's going on everybody on the TapX channel? My name is Yankee and I'll be your commentator for today. So the gameplay that we're going to be watching in the background today is going to be a triple DNA bomb on the map comeback using the HBR Insanity. So this is going to be an absolutely insane gameplay, so hopefully you guys do enjoy that in the background today. This gameplay is by TapXNation, so make sure you guys go over, check out his channel. I would really appreciate that, guys. He posts gameplays like this consistently, and it's just, I've been following him for a while, guys, so to make sure you guys go over, check out his channel. He definitely does deserve it. So anyway, let's get into the topic that we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to be talking about whether Call of Duty is a sport or not. So in the past, a lot of people have been talking about this, and it's been kind of a controversial topic, the fact that people have been saying a sport. How is a video game a sport? You're not physically active, you're not getting in shape, you're not running around playing Call of Duty. How does that even make sense? And then you got the other people that are saying, well, you're competing against someone to win a prize or win something all the time. So it kind of makes a little sense, but we're going to finally break into this a little bit, and we're going to talk about this and figure out if Call of Duty is a sport or not. So first things first, let's just give out the definition of a sport. It's an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against each other or others for entertainment. So just right there, it kind of sounds like Call of Duty is a sport, except for that one word: physical exertion. Now, when you're playing Call of Duty, I wouldn't consider yourself physically active. It's not like you're running up and down a basketball court, or it's not like you're running up the football field to score a touchdown. It's a completely different thing. People say that people that play video games are athletes, and to be honest, I think that's kind of crazy. I'll give you the definition of an athlete as well. It's a person who's proficient in sports and other forms of physical exercise. So just right there, there's not really any physical exercise in playing a Call of Duty game or playing a video game in general. That's just not the thing. But I do think that Call of Duty has some sort of a sport into it, because if you look back at the definition of a sport, it's saying how you're competing against another team, and it's kind of for entertainment, and that's how esports are. Take a look at how big esports has gone recently, and that's kind of like a sport. It's called an esport for a reason, but I still would not compare it to other sports out there like basketball or football. I would kind of consider it a mental sport. For the reason I'm calling it a mental sport is because you're still doing the same things. You have to think of strategies. All right, which way am I going to go? Am I going to plant the bomb at B? Am I going to plant the bomb at A? It's kind of like the same thing in football. Okay, I'm on the 3-yard line. Do I want to run the ball in to score a touchdown, or do I want to try and do like a little play fake and throw it into the end zone for a touchdown? What do we want to do? And unfortunately, Pete Carroll chose the wrong decision in the Super Bowl, but we're not going to talk about that. But anyway, that's pretty much the same thing. You still have to think it through, figure out what you're doing to try to compete and defeat the other team. So it's pretty much the same exact thing in my opinion, but it's just not as physical. So I would consider it pretty much like a mental sport. Now, whether you like it or not, Call of Duty is starting to lean towards competitive, and that's just the direction that this franchise is going, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. That's the way they're making most of their money. If you look at other sports teams out there, how do they make their money? They're fans. They come to the games. They buy their apparel. They watch their games on TV. That's the same thing with Call of Duty now. You see people every single day tuning into MLG.TV to watch Nadeshot and watch Scumpy playing competitively, even though Nadeshot just retired recently. But still, people are watching them because that's what they want to see. They want to go out. Now they're going to go out and try and buy Advanced Warfare. They're going to try and be a competitive player as well and be just like them. And it's just like a sport as well. These guys are competing against each other consistently every single day to be the best. I mean, take a look at this. Call of Duty last year was in the X Games. What is the X Games? It's outdoor activities. It's skateboarding, bike riding, all that stuff. And now Call of Duty was an event in that. And look at the Winter X Games. I believe it was CSGO that was there. That's the direction that this is going. Call of Duty is starting to grow, or not Call of Duty, I should say. Video games in general are starting to grow, and it's becoming a sport, not a physical sport, but more of a mental sport. And whether you like that or not, that's the direction that it's going. So getting back into how Call of Duty is a sport, it does take some sort of a skill to be a professional Call of Duty player, or even to be a pub stomper. To get this gameplay that you guys are watching right now, it takes some sort of a skill. You have to have some kind of a reaction time. You have to have some kind of a hand-eye coordination to do that. So again, it's not the same thing. You're not going to have to go to a weight room. You're not going to have to lift weights, and you're not going to have to go for sprint. You're going to have to go sprinting just to be able to compete. That's not the same thing, but it's still, you still have to have a hand-eye coordination. You have to have a quick reaction time and stuff like that. So it is a mental sport, not a physical sport. But that's going to be the end of this gameplay. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Is Call of Duty a sport? Yes or no? Let me know that in the comments down below. I'll really be interested to see what you guys have to say. And in my opinion, yes, it's a sport, not a physical activity sport, but more of a mental sport. So anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure that you guys drop a like. We would all appreciate that a lot. If you guys enjoyed this gameplay, go over and check out TapXNation. And if you enjoyed the commentary, come over and check out my channel as well. My name has been Yankee. Have a good day, guys. Peace.